Johnny Cashmere, why did you betray your friend Joel Maximo?
My friend Joel Maximo. Didn't talk to him for 12 years while I was not in the wrestling business. I have plenty of fair weather friends. Let me tell you something. With friends like Joel Maximo, who the hell needs enemies? I'm not getting any younger. I got to fast track my career. If it means blowing out the other guy's candle to make mine shine a little bit brighter, I'm all for it, Dank. I don't care what anybody says.
It's terrible, man. Terrible, man. Johnny Cashmere.
I'm still going to call you Pap. Just because I'm, I don't know what the hell I am now. I don't know what happened out there. You know, these guys, after that belt shot, I want you to know that they might have woken up something in me that hasn't been woken up in a very, very long time. I am CJ Bambino, the first ever Hall of Famer of this place, and the first ever Pride Heavyweight Champion. So, Hunter Grayson, if you think that you're going to keep that adrenaline title over your shoulder for long, you're wrong. Because I'm going to lay down the challenge to you at Wrestle Hell. Me and you, man to man, that belt on the line. It doesn't matter. 5-on-1, 6-on-1, 1-on-1, 7-on-1, 10-on-1. Doesn't matter. I'm CJ Bambino.
All right, CJ. Good luck to you in June. Wrestle Hell.
June, Wrestle Hell. You're still Pap.
Can't win them all. All right, so Tiffany Avatar just lost the Goddesses of War championship, and I heard she went to, Lucky Leo's, to sulk in the candy stuff. So let's go see how she's going. What the hell? Tiffany, are you all right, Tiffany?
Is that my buddy?
What happened? You lost the title.
She poisoned my lollipop, smashed me over the head with it. I don't have my title anymore, buddy. I can't go home. I can't go to Candyland. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna lay here, okay?
Oh, okay. All right, Tiff. All right. Man, that Amity, she's really tough. But... Wait, what? What the hell?
I just want to say that it was super rude of you to walk away from me early.
Talking to the New York State champion, you're going to have to pay up.
Do you take Kale?
Dude, goodbye.
Whip wreck, Cation, doesn't matter.
We'll see what happens, but it looks like we have a special guest.
Get my earplugs on.
No.
You was looking for Tina, and then you talk about
We're gonna dominate tonight, all right? The Dirty Deeds, they got nothing.
Darko is now the new Starlet champion. What's going on?
Hi, I am fearless princess, so why not team up?
All right, now just announced by Mr. Joel Maximo for February.
Finisher is called the Shadow Band, and I was like, that's kind of...
Hold on. Let me speak. Okay?
But today I got a very special guest. I got the great. Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. I'm your host, Papa Denk, and I had a busy weekend from going to Seaside Heights in New Jersey all the way to Queens, New York for Wrestling Is Now. It was quite the long day Saturday, so I'm still recuperating, but the show must go on regardless. So let me bring to you my very special guest, the one, the only, Ty Awesome. What is up, brother? Oh, I think you are on mute still.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be on.
I'm no pun intended, right? Beyond the Barricade. All right, now we got some stuff coming up for you. Now, you got a lot of bookings all the way up to December.
Yeah, this isn't a completely up-to-date one. I'm missing one or two on there. But yeah, man, I'm definitely a busybody, busy most Saturdays.
Good stuff. Let's talk about some upcoming
in there,
stuff you got.
Thursdays in there. Definitely occupied.
Gotcha. Let's talk about ICW right here. Shore War 24.
Yeah, so this is going to be... Yeah, this is one CW, and we're actually going to be partnering up with Pay Your Dues Pro Wrestling. We're going to be in Stevensville. Going to be a great show and a lot of fun. I'm super excited to have a show in Maryland this year.
That looks awesome, man. I see some people I recognize on the card right there.
Mm.
All right, let's go into Sunday Showdown on Sunday, June 30th in Delaware.
Yeah,
Tell me
it's
about this show.
a lot of 1CW this month.
I see. This is my first time hearing of the promotion, but it's good to get the name out there. And then there's Throwdown on June 15th coming up real soon, a couple of weeks over in Delaware.
Yep, 2 weeks from now. So definitely busy. I'm currently the 1CW Pro Wrestling Champion. We're on TV on Tomorrow Sports Network in Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. We stream. We're the busiest. I think we get they said 400,000 views in a month. So that's pretty good. Man. Yeah, we're doing all right for Indie Fed out of Delaware.
Now it looks like there's going to be a ladder match there.
Yeah. Sean Carlson and Miles Millennium going 1-on-1 for the DSN television title in a ladder match.
That is all. Do you know your opponent yet?
Yes, I'm facing Rocket. I'm facing Sean Smith. Yep, and I'm putting the title on the line. And we wrestled last month, and we put on a banger. So I'm super excited to go against him again and tear the house down.
All right, man. You got any strategies you want to share with us, or are you going to keep that close to the vest?
High flying, man. I mean, my gimmick is I'm the guy with the supply. I got a high IQ, educated feet. I'm not afraid to go high risk. Everything I do is on the highest of highest levels. The biggest thing about me is that my supply is everything I do in that ring. My supply and my style, it's versatile. So I can beat anybody at their own game. So he's high flying. I'm going to go high flying too, just like we did last time. We're going to tear the roof off the joint.
Oh, man, that sounds awesome, man. So make sure everybody goes to ICW and get their tickets, man, right?
Yep, so it's 1CW.
1CW.
Yep, 1CW, yep.
How much are tickets so we let everybody know who's in the area?
They're 20. Tickets are $20 general admission. I believe 25 front row.
That's not bad. That's kind of like up and up with New York prices right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good stuff, man. And you know, you'll be on TV as well.
Yeah, man. I'm super grateful. Super grateful.
Awesome. All right, let's go into your history a little bit. Tell us how you fell in love with professional wrestling.
Well, before professional wrestling, it was the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So
I love the Power Rangers.
That's how. Yeah, man. I'm huge into the Power Rangers. I could talk all day about it.
All right. But, who was your favorite?
Yeah. What's that?
Who was your favorite Power Ranger?
Tommy. You know.
Of course, the Green Ranger.
Tommy's the best. But yeah, man, my love for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And then one day, I think I was like 10 or 11, my buddy had me play SmackDown versus Raw and the original, you know, with Vince McMahon on the cover. So that's how I got into pro wrestling. And then I always tell people the very first Monday Night Raw that I watched at my house was when John Cena got drafted to Monday Night Raw. So definitely a good note to start on.
Awesome. All right. Now tell me when you decided to make the move to become a professional wrestler, where did you go train?
As saw it.
Huh?
As soon as I saw it.
As soon as you saw it, all right. So where did you go train?
I could be a Power Ranger right there.
You could have. Man, the Power Rangers are awesome.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, I'll just kind of go into it honestly. So one day I wrestled in high school and I started wrestling in middle school, you know, mat wrestling. And I knew I always wanted to be a professional wrestler after I saw it, man, because I wanted to be a Power Ranger. And it was the closest thing I could find. So yeah, I mean, it was pretty, that's that. Yeah. And around me, I told my dad that I was set. I was really set on becoming a professional wrestler. And his buddy of his, who's gone now, Bobby Gannon, he had me meet up with Mark and Jay Briscoe. And Jay Briscoe, rest his soul, man. But you know, I got to have my first time in a professional wrestling ring with them boys. You know what I mean?
Wow,
so that's super cool. That's
awesome.
Yeah, I got to train with them 2 or 3 times, which was super cool, man. And I wish I could go back and live it again because it really was a great time. And
they're really awesome guys.
Yeah, they really are, dude. They're wild. They're wild guys, man. They really are. But yeah, I trained with them 2 or 3 times, and you know they're busy guys. You know they were ROH World Tag Team Champions. I think they were 8 time at that time. But I could be wrong. I could be, 10, 11. That was probably like 12, 13 years ago. And so I finished school because I was in high school at that point. I was 16. And then when I was 19, I found a little backyard fed that was around my house. And after that, I was like, dude, I can do way more than this. I wanted to see what I can do in the yard and see if it was something I really wanted to do and could do, if I could be good at it, and if I could really pursue it. And one thing led to another, got to a training school, and I went off, man.
Good stuff, man. All right, tell me about your first professional match. Who was it against, and what were your thoughts during the first match in front of a crowd?
My first match was against Gus Jenko. It's another local guy, a guy who I was in the yard with. And we had just gotten the opportunity. He had gotten me the opportunity. And it was fun. Didn't know what the hell I was doing in hindsight. Did not know. I should not have been in there. But we did all right. We started out the show. It was okay. We both lived, and the promoter liked it. And, we got paid, and that was the coolest thing. It really was. And I remember going to a Waffle House after that, and I was just so sick to my stomach because I was like, dude, I just lived my dream. I really just did that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. Now tell me about your toughest opponent to date. What was so difficult about this opponent that you had to, tough it out in that match, and who was it?
I've had a few really good opponents. I just wrestled the Notorious Mimi a couple days ago, and she's good, dude. She is good. We main evented Monster Factory, which another thing I'm grateful for is Monster Factory. That's not my school, but it's a factory it's a promotion that I wrestle for. And obviously, you know who they are. They're the world famous Monster Factory.
I know a couple of people from there, actually.
Yeah. So, I'm very grateful. And, me and Mimi, we tore it down. She's good. She's the real deal. And she should still be there, hands down. She should still be in WWE, NXT, 100%. Wherever she could go, she can do it, man. She really can. But,
I've seen her wrestle a couple of times.
Yeah.
In person. Yeah.
I got to wrestle the Viking Raiders. That was a real scary thing just because it was Monday Night Raw. Brian Kendrick and Akira Tozawa, just 205 Live. So it was scary. It's your dream, you get to do that. I got to wrestle Tony Deppen not too long ago. And when I first started out wrestling, I wrestled Tony Deppen, and it was a big deal to me to have a match again with him because he is just phenomenal. He is a real wrestler. Have you seen Tony Deppen?
I've heard of him. I haven't seen him.
You should watch some of his matches, man. He's brought a lot of that Japanese style of like really hard hitting and really just like in your face style. He's really good. He's a douchebag character, and it's really good. He plays it really well. He's good. He's a scumbag in the ring, but he backs it up. So that was a real big one for me to wrestle him again after it was almost like 7 or 8 years of not seeing him. To wrestle him again was awesome. But yeah, those are some of my bigger opponents to date. Oh, Chase Owens. I wrestled in the Super 8 against Chase Owens, New Japan Pro Wrestling star, Bullet Club member. I mean, that was huge. I was young doing that, and he gave me a lot. So that was a big moment too for me.
Awesome. Serena has a question for you. Well, who's the one person from 1CW you haven't faced yet that you want to?
This is a good question, man.
It's a good question.
From 1CW who I haven't faced yet.
I'm going to ask you a similar question.
Right now, I mean, I guess a guy that I haven't wrestled. It's probably a kid that I've been training with. It's this guy. We call him Princess Peach. I can't even remember what his name is now off the top of my head. Tommy Fame. Tommy Fame. He's only been wrestling for about a year, but he's one of, I hate to call him my students because I feel more like a mentor at where I train. But he's just really starting to catch on. And we had a really good training match a few weeks ago that I'm really upset that I didn't film. But I'm kind of glad that I didn't film it too, because I feel like I cherish that moment a little more. I've been having matches and I'm just like, man, that training match with Tommy was just great. It was fun, So yeah, it is a good nickname. Princess Peach is a really good nickname for him. but yeah, it's somebody that I want to give an opportunity to, and I think he can run with it, and I think we can both tell a good story in the ring. So I'd like to wrestle him.
Okay, now I'm going to expand that a little bit. Who is one opponent that you haven't wrestled that you want to wrestle outside of 1CW?
Paul London.
Paul London. Okay,
Paul
all
London.
right.
Yeah, that's my favorite wrestler of all time is Paul London. That was the guy who I looked at and I was like, oh, I can do this. I believe in that guy, and if that guy can do it, I can do it. And that's a style that I really enjoy, is his style, kicks, flips, and not afraid to go high risk.
Okay, now you had a match with Mimi, as you discussed a little bit earlier. What other intergender opponent would you like to wrestle?
Dude, I've honestly, dude, this is a crazy thing, dude. I haven't even been asking for intergender matches, but this has been something that's been happening to me for the past like 6 or 7 months. I wrestle at the intergender bonanzas, so like there I expect it, but like I've had these few promotions here that are like TWI in Philly. I've been wrestling. I wrestled Vita Von Star, and I'm going to be wrestling Brittany Blake in a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to be wrestling Brittany Blake there soon. I wrestled the Notorious Mimi. I got to wrestle Zeta Steel at IGB. Yeah, that was a huge one. Crazy match. That was a fun one. I just told a story with that one of I didn't want to hit a girl. It's hard being a baby face and wrestling intergender. You got to find different ways to do things instead of just trying to punch a girl in the face. But, I'll do what I can, tell a story, has time in that ring, and let's make art. I don't care if you're boy, girl, whatever. Everyone deserves to be in that ring. It's our time to express ourselves. But if I was to say, if there's an intergender person I could wrestle right now and just be like, probably Avery Jax. Avery Jackson is an up and comer. She just wrestled in the Super 8. Really young girl, but she does springboard. She's probably like 5'5", 5'6". She goes by the Long Island Firecracker, and it's she's young, but she's
from Long Island.
She's originally from Long Island. Yeah, I believe that's where she's from. I think she lives around in Virginia now, but I could be wrong. Okay. She's really making a name for herself in an area where she lives that's super hard, and I can really respect that because where I live there is zero wrestling. So I have to travel at least 2.5 hours to get to somewhere, or an hour at least to get somewhere that's wrestling related. My training center, I have to drive an hour to get to.
Wow.
There's literally nothing. I have no hometown promotion. I don't. So for her, she's young, up and coming, and the promotions around her, they're good, but they're up and coming as well. They're not like the DPWs and Avery Jax is great. Avery Jax is really good. And that's somebody who, like I said, is a style that I enjoy. She springboards, hurricanranas, flips, dives. Somebody I think that I could, put on a really good match with. And, I think we could put over both of our styles.
Okay. Serena also thinks you and Adriana Mosley would be a good matchup.
I wrestled Adriana and trained. So me and Adriana, we trained together. So we wrestled a match or two, but those are fun matches. Those are gimmick matches, but she can go. Adriana, I can say she has impressed me so much in the past just year and a half, 2 years alone. Just how much dedication she has in that ring and how much experience she is going out and getting better. I would love to wrestle Adriana on a serious note rather than all the gimmick matches that we've had. So, and I think, it would be a good learning experience for her too, because she's in an experience right now where I can tell that every time she's in the ring, she's learning. So, and like, that's something I respect too, is not somebody that just goes in the ring and just like, okay, that was good, because, she wants to get in and get better. So, and, I always try to take away something from every match I'm in. So I think, we could take away a lot. So I would enjoy that too.
All right. Now tell me about a match you want to be in that you haven't been in yet.
Like a style? Like
a gimmick.
I've done a little bit of everything.
Or which one was your favorite?
I seem to enjoy ladder matches a little bit, but The most craziest thing I did, I did a hardcore rules match or like a street fight. I did a street fight with Beastman. It was so the way it happened was kind of crazy, dude. So me and my dad, we travel together. He does a lot of footage for a lot of promotions. He's Papa Scott Productions.
There he is.
There he is right there.
That's the match.
Yep, there he is. And I'll touch on that in a second. But the craziest match I did was with Beastman, dude, and it was supposed to be just a one-on-one match for his Voltage title at WDWA, like a cross promotion type thing. Dude, I left my gear at home.
Oh no!
I was 3.5 hours away from that promotion, and I left my gear at home, belt, everything. Man. I had shirts and a Power Ranger shirt on.
No.
Just to express it. And this was like a year ago, like a year and a half ago. And so I went to the promoter and I was like, yo, this is what I got. So he gave me some boots, gave me some sweatpants, and it's like, you know what tonight is? It's a street fight. So, and we tore it down, dude. And I knew going in, like Beastman wrestled for MLW. So that's one for the resume, you know? So I knew it was going to be fun. It was going to be hard hitting already. But then it's like, okay, well now I got to fight him. Like I really got to go out. You know, I'm 175 pounds. I'm not the biggest guy compared to him. I'm tall, but he's a big frame guy. So I had to really take it to him, and we ended up tearing the house down. And man, I can't express how good it felt to get his respect, because he was like, man, that was the first time I worked you. We worked in a hardcore match. I work you any day. And like little stuff like that, super cool. Pop said a death match. I've always considered a death match, but it would have to mean something. Like, and it would have to be against somebody who would be worth it. Because life is short, but like that's a scary one. But I think I would do it. Adrenaline's a crazy thing. Like I've done ladders, I've done everything but the light tubes and the barbed wire. So you know, I think I could hang in.
Now, which promotion would you like to work for that would best fit your style? One of the big promotions.
Like the top promotions or
top
indie?
Promotions, top 4, and then we'll do indies.
What do you consider top 4?
Hold on. You said Marcus Mathers, your dad.
I
know Marcus is good. He's really good.
I don't know. I don't know about Marcus. I'd consider it. I'd consider it.
Have you wrestled him before?
Yeah, I've known him since he was a kid.
Oh, really?
I wrestled with his dad. So
oh wow, he's really good.
Dude, he's the man. He's the man.
He is.
I did get to wrestle him. I did, and he's the man. That's all I can say. He knows what he's doing.
When I see him, I say, "You remember me?" And he'll be like, "Yeah, I remember you, man. I remember you."
Yeah, he's a good guy, man. He's a good kid. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's crazy. The kid's crazy.
Yeah, I respect him do some crazy stuff. And when he's teaming with his tag partner, it just gets even crazier.
Marcus is going places, and the future's in front of him. He's got to play
100%. Someone's going to sign him up.
He's playing his cards right, man. He really is. He's still young. He can get a lot done. I forget what the question was.
I forgot what the question was too, because we started talking about Marcus.
The top 4 promotions.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So AEW, WWE, Impact, and I guess we'll say NWA.
I'm glad you said NWA, because NWA is one that I would really love to wrestle for, just because I feel like I do a lot of high flying, but I do a lot of old school high flying too. My finisher is the shooting star, which is probably the craziest high flying thing I do, but I do moonsaults, dives outside, and stuff like that. But I feel like I'm a very young style, and my name is Ty Awesome. I feel like that's 80s as hell, dude. I feel like that's a real 80s name.
It kind of is, yeah.
It's like that. So I feel like it'd be fun and it would fit and give me an opportunity to learn how to work that kind of style. It's a Southern style, which I would like to learn. And, you know, NWA would be a good place to build a platform instead of just jumping right into one.
Right.
So that would be really cool. But, you know, all of those promotions do have a little bit of flavor that I enjoy. But I would have to say NWA or TNA. WWE is the dream. I've done it, but WWE, of course, is the place where it's like, yeah, I want to work there every day. Right. I honestly that's the place where I want to go is WWE. Hands down. I've been there. I've enjoyed every time I've been there, and they've been nothing but good to me every time I've gone. So that just is a good rapport with me. And, I got to wrestle on Monday Night Raw on 205 Live. So that holds a
That's
special place with me. But
So-
NWA would be a great place to build myself.
In WWE, did anyone give you some good advice?
I did get some good advice. I know the guy's under some water right now, so I don't want to say his name but Drew Gulak gave me a lot of advice. He did give me a lot of advice. I'm trying to think of anybody else. Lindsay Dorado, when I went, gave me some good advice. My agent was Abyss, and he was super happy with me and my tag partner when we wrestled the Viking Raiders. So that was cool. Other than that, nothing really stands out about advice. Just a lot of good jobs, which was cool. Nothing's cooler than 205 Live, right? So I wrestled on Monday Night Raw against the Viking Raiders, had a 3-minute squash, not even 3 minutes, 5 minutes TV time total.
Sounds like a Raiders match.
Huh?
It sounds like a Viking Raiders match.
Yeah. It was. It was in Baltimore. They let me talk on the microphone, so
oh wow,
grateful. I was only 24 years old, and grateful. Yeah, and first real promo I cut was there. So, and it was just calling Baltimore-ons. So it was pretty cool. And then I got squashed, and I had a few people come up to me that were just like, "Hey, you're really good. Not you're really good, but your footwork was really good. Bulk up, keep doing what you're doing, and this is how people start out is these squash matches." And I'm like, "Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir." And Abyss, I remember Abyss came up to me twice that day. And when I saw Abyss again, Extreme Rules 2022, the time that Bray Wyatt returned, I reintroduced myself to Abyss, and he was like, "Oh my God, I remember you." So that was cool. And it was 3 years later. So that was really cool.
That's good.
Yeah, man.
Can I ask you what advice Lindsay gave you? Because I met him last year and I was able to do something a little bit with him.
Lindsay said I need to get to bigger promotions. He said, finding places like Evolve and Beyond and those kind of places at that time were the place to go, that these little indie feds weren't the place to be. And I'm like, yeah, that's nice, but I wish these bigger companies, wanted to have me, and I am all the way on the other side of the coast. So I want to fly out and go and have a place to stay. And it was a lot of, stuff. I didn't have a lot of connections, not that I still do, but, that's what kind of the advice he gave me. He was like, keep working hard and, try to get your name into these bigger promotions. And, I guess I kind of have it in a way. I'm wrestling at Monster Factory now. So that's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. 100%. Now your dad said Viking Raiders is your dad's throwing just names out there for you.
Yeah, my dad that was a big one for him. Yeah, it was a big one. That was a big one for both of us, man. My dad travels with us all the time. Travels with me all the time. Like I said, he's my right hand man. He really is. I've been wrestling. November will be 10 years since my first independent wrestling match. So man, it makes me sound old.
Wow.
but that's something I've wanted to do.
I'm old. You're young.
It's 10 years. But yeah, man, my dad was there with me on Monday Night Raw, and he was in the crowd. And nothing's cooler than having the moment when I'm leaving Monday Night Raw and he's in the parking garage, and we just embrace. That's a hug I'll never forget. Yeah, super cool. Super cool that my dad was there with me. That's what all the hard work has been for.
Has your paths ever crossed with anybody from NWA?
Brian Idol, not wrestled him, but I've talked to Brian Idol. I'm good friends with his brother, the rock star. I have a friend from my school who actually just got a booking at NWA, so I know him. But other than that,
Brian's actually from out here, from Long Island originally.
Yeah, he is. I'm friends with his brother Doug.
I bumped into him at a gym.
Yeah, I believe it.
Hi, how you doing? Yeah, so a couple other guys out here are in NWA. The Slime Balls, they're part of NWA.
Yeah, they're good kids. I've never met them, but I love their kids. So cool, so Nickelodeon.
Yeah, really good kids, really good people. Yeah, man, I've been lucky. I've met quite a lot of great people. So Good stuff, man. I hope same thing happens to you, and we get you some other promotions that you want to get to, man.
Yeah, dude, I'd love that. I'm always down to go new places. One of my biggest things is I want to go out of the country. I want to go to Canada. I want to go to Mexico. I would love to go to Mexico. That would be the coolest place for me because I'm a big fan of Lucha Libre.
Lucha Libre. Okay.
Yeah.
I actually might go to Canada with a promotion I'm with.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
I would love for an indie company. I'd love to wrestle for would be Three Legacies. It's run by Ricardo Rodriguez, Jesus. I did a Jesus Rodriguez seminar not too long ago, and me and him I'm grateful that he was like, "Hey, let's try this. Hey, let's try this. Hey, let's try this." He kept pulling me because I had reached out trying to get promoted before.
That's talk about O'Shea. Is that O'Shea Edwards?
My dad's a mark, man.
I did some stuff with O'Shea recently too. It's actually coming up on my next vlog this Friday.
Yeah, I've worked with O'Shea twice. Super cool dude, man. Super cool.
Yeah, he really
Very
is.
Giving guy.
He's really cool. Like really down to earth, and was joking with me and all that stuff. I was like, this guy is really cool.
Really personable dude.
Yeah,
really is. And like,
I always like
a
lot more of him in the business. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I wish there was a lot more of him in the business for real. There's a guy, Phil Brown, that's a lot like him. I don't know if you met him, but he's really nice, gentle giant. And but dude, I remember like O'Shea's just a really giving guy. I remember anytime a guy who's like 2 or 3 of me and they're very giving, like, hey, pick me up during the match. And I'm like, me pick you up. And you're like, yeah, I want to make you look good. Like bro, that means so much, to a guy my size, 175 pounds. Yeah, pick me up. Okay. And I would never ask that. We're trying to make this business real, So,
good.
Yeah, O'Shea's a great guy.
He is a great guy. All right, let's see. Chris Sanders, Ty Austin versus Nick Nemeth for the AAA Heavyweight Championship.
That'd be a crazy one.
That would be crazy.
A kid can dream. Yeah, Three Legacies. That's a place I'd love to work.
Okay. What's one piece of advice you'd give to someone just starting out?
That's a good
question.
One too. How bad do you want it? Because this is going to be a hard journey, dude. That's what I tell the kids that come in to Workhorse Pro Wrestling Training Center, which is where I train out of in Felton, Delaware. I'm from Salisbury, Maryland, like I said, so I'm a little bit of ways from there. But advice, man, just don't be discouraged. Just give it time. Be patient.
I think the first one. Do you really want it? Is a better one.
That's the genuine one. Do you really want to do this?
Because it's a tough life, physically and mentally.
This is hard, man. I don't have weekends.
You and I both know there's a lot of bad promoters out there.
Oh yeah, that too. And for what little money? I do this because I love it. I do this because
100%.
I've enjoyed pro wrestling. Pro wrestling's changed my life, and I sacrifice a lot. I have a beautiful girlfriend at home who has awesome kids who I would love to hang out with on the weekends. But, I do this wrestling thing and, I'm very grateful that, they're very accepting of it.
They're probably like, man, that's cool.
The kids think it's, they think it's all right.
The girlfriend, not so much.
No, man, I'll tell you what, she's the biggest supporter. She really is. I've dated a few people since wrestling. I've had some leave when I've needed them, and I've had others that just didn't work out. But this is somebody who's actually come to my shows.
That's good.
And supported that, I'm very grateful to have a dad and a girlfriend to come out to shows because not everyone has that support system. My girlfriend doesn't make it to all because I'm in West Virginia sometimes in PA, but if I'm in Delaware, she'll come. If I'm in Maryland, she'll come. If I'm in Virginia, close enough, she'll come. So, I'm very grateful, very blessed to have the support system I do.
That's awesome, man. Hold on. We got another one from Chris. I also need to see Ty Austin versus MJF, another Long Islander.
Another Long Islander, yeah. It'd be cool. It'd be cool. He'd tear me to shreds, but it'd be cool.
He's our scumbag.
Yes, he's our scumbag.
A lot of good stuff coming out here. Forbidden Doors out here this upcoming month, man. Very excited to go see that.
Those are one of the few that I watch. I wish I could keep up with wrestling as much as I could, but I work 8 to 4s, 9 to 5s. It's tough, and then when I get home, I'm tired.
It
And
is
then I
tough.
hit the
I was
gym.
supposed to be at promotion Saturday, and now I have to work. So I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
What are you
Thankfully, I
gonna
have a
do?
job that I don't have to work weekends. So
Lucky. Talk LSG, says Papa.
yeah, LSG, man, Louis St. Giovanni match I've been wanting for a long time, and I got to wrestle him a few months ago, and a banger, dude. It was good. Very grateful.
Awesome. Chris says he's your friend and he wants to see that MJF match.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Well,
I get it.
Chris, thank you for
I
watching.
appreciate that you dream that big. Thank you.
Hey, man, this is wrestling. Anything can happen.
It can, man. It can.
If CM Punk could go back to WWE, anything can happen.
That is very true. Very true.
All right, last thoughts. Last goals for the rest of the year.
Goes for the rest of the year, dude. Man, I've been rocking it out this year, man. One of the first big matches I had this year, I got to wrestle Cheeseburger. I got to wrestle Tony Deppen. I got to wrestle LSG. I just got to wrestle Notorious Mimi. I'm getting to wrestle some names. Like, it's pretty cool, you know.
Yeah.
I'm coming up on my 10th year. I express gratefulness, man. I'm really just so grateful. I am, because this life ain't easy. It's not. I got to wrestle for WWE a few years back, and then I had to take a year off due to injury, and then I came back after COVID and started at square one like everyone else. And this is a hard business. It is, like you said, you know, and I'm very grateful that I've had people give me the opportunities that I've had, and you know, I just hope this year just keeps going the way it's going. I hope for good health. I pray for, you know, just good vibes, man. That's what I hope for. Good vibes for the guy with the supply.
All right. Hi, awesome. Tell everybody where they get your merch and where they could follow you.
Yeah, prowrestlingtees.com/TyAwesome. You can get my t-shirts. I got a few designs on there. I'm on Instagram at TyAwesome. I'm on TikTok at TyAwesome. TyAwesome Pro, I believe that is my. There's so many social medias. That's my X account or Twitter. I'm on Facebook under TyAwesome.
All right. Make sure everybody follows Ty Awesome and look at all those dates he's got filled and some that are available. If you want to book Ty for your show, Ty is willing to travel to any new promotion.
Never been on a plane, so I'd love to be on a plane this year.
Sorry. Yeah, boy, I just went to St. Louis. It's crazy. Like you said, if nobody takes care of your stuff, like you're spending a lot of money to get there, man. So that's what happened, but it was a good time. This got to happen, and you can see it live on my vlog now. As Bill Apter hit me with his championship belt, trying to take my 23-6 title. That is crazy, right?
That's awesome, dude. I love Bill. I got to meet him the first time I went to WWE, and he was promoting his book to the extra talent in the back. So cool. Such a cool guy.
We got to promote.
Yeah, and you can check out a lot of my matches on Papa Scott Productions on YouTube. Yeah.
Make sure you check out Papa Scott Productions.
Pop's getting his stuff in.
He's self-plugging. Good stuff, man. I love it. My newest vlog will be out this Friday with Wrecking Ball Gursky stopping by. As you can see, we're having an interesting conversation right there with a Wrecking Ball. Speaking of NWA talent, this Saturday is Summer Showdown for Victory Pro Wrestling. Make sure you get your tickets for Victory Pro Wrestling for Summer Showdown, as Monster Factory's Gabby Ortiz will be there, as she takes on Kai McKenna.
I see Tatiana on there. I see Leo Sparrow. That looks like a great card.
Leo Sparrow, Bryce Donovan, Dante Drago, Desmond Cole. What? Anthony Gangone, and much more coming to VPW. It's always a good time going to VP Dub. Now, hopefully after that, I will be at Wrestle Hell for NYWC, as Joey Conway will face off Chris Caden for that Pride Heavyweight Championship, where he is defending it. That's sure to be one hell of a show. Make sure you get your tickets for that. I also got a t-shirt out now. The new Papa Neck Vlog shirt is on Pro Wrestling Tees right there. Go get your shirt. Help support independent wrestling. And go get Ty's shirt as well. That's very important. Also, you want to check out the Papa Neck commercial. It is running with SICW Wrestling over there in St. Louis, in that area. Make sure you check them out. SICW.
great time spending with them. Appreciate them. And also on the second vlog, Ty, look what happened to my table. What the hell?
That's
I
good
lost
stuff.
my table. It was crazy, let me tell you. And as always, make sure you follow all things Papa Dank. Make sure you follow Ty, everybody. Hope everybody has a great night. I'll be back at 8 with Justin Klein. Ty, hold on for a second.